welcome to Andover College. We are your pastoral tutors, and we're just going to take you through the way the college works through this PowerPoint. Next slide. That's you. Can you see it?
I can't see it over you. So this is your timetable, and each day you have different lessons throughout the week. So make sure you're checking your timetable every day, make sure you're in lesson at the right time, please don't be late. The lessons will range from 9 AM until 4:15, and when you are timetable for a lesson, you are obviously meant to be in your lesson.
David.
So, just some essential information. Sorry, firstly, my name's David. I'm also one of the tutors. Yeah, so generally the college opens at 8, closes at 4:30. Some of you will be coming in probably by public transport, so you can get a little bit earlier before your lesson starts. Most importantly, probably, I would suggest, is you must wear your ID at all times. Even more importantly now, because we've actually introduced a gating system, so you literally won't get in unless you're wearing one of these. And actually it's also for your own sort of safety, so please, really important you wear that. And if you are to lose one, you can get a replacement, but unfortunately there is a £5 charge. So it is important. And that entry is by a touch screen, so as you come in, you'll just swipe your card. Once you're in the building, even when you're in lessons, keep this on. So I can't stress that enough. We have food outlets in both buildings. We have a Starbucks cafe in the sixth form building, and there's also a restaurant in the professions building, which is over on the other side. In addition to that, we have a student administration area. Wi-Fi is open to all, and there is a college login which you need to use Wi-Fi. Obviously it is monitored, so please use it appropriately. Lockers, there are a very small number of lockers, but you can get a locker if you wish to do so, and there is a small deposit which you can ask for at main reception. Goes without saying, we're right in the middle of the town centre here in Andover, so your security, your belongings, you really need to keep close eye on, so they are your responsibility. Car parking, again, well, we feel like we live here, but coming to college right in the middle of the town centre, parking is very limited. However, there is a car park across the road in Shepherd Spring car park for students, and that is restricted to students who live further than 3 miles away from college. There is an annual charge for that, but it's actually a lot cheaper than parking in some of the other public car parks. Obviously we have toilets and we have lifts available in both buildings.
Good job. Site safety. So obviously when the fire alarm goes, you need to evacuate the building. We have various meeting points throughout, which will be explained to you when you get here, but it's generally leave the building. If you head towards the car park, if you're in the sixth form building, then that is basically the place to go, where then we can account for everyone and make sure everybody's safe. Smoking, if you smoke, we have designated smoking shelters. Really try not to smoke in the areas outside the college because it wafts in and not everybody likes the smell of smoke. So try and keep in those designated smoking shelters. People will move you on if you are not in those areas. If you have any visitors, if your parents come in, or they all need to have an ID card, okay? So they need to go to main reception first to get signed in so that we know who's on site and who's not on site. If you have any concerns about anyone else that's in the college that you're not sure about or you don't feel should be there, then make sure you report it to a member of staff. Signing in or out, if you've got an appointment, or if you're feeling poorly, you just need to come to us and sign yourself out to let us know that you're leaving, or again, if you're late coming in and you want to sign yourself in, then also just come to us and just let us know. Our tutor office is on the middle floor of the sixth form building. We're pretty easy to find. If not, just ask someone and they'll all know where we are. We want the campus to be super safe and welcoming, so report any concerns that you may have.
Okay, so I think I forgot to say I'm Vicky. Hi. Just forgot to say that at the beginning. So if you're poorly and you're not coming in, you wake up one morning and you're not feeling well enough to come in, please just let us know. It's not a problem. You can either ring here, that goes through to main reception. You can leave a message and then they'll let your teachers know. Or you can email into absent@andover.ac.uk. If you are sick for 4 days in a row, please call in every day, not just on the first day. Otherwise, you will get a red absent mark on your register. Whereas if you call in and let somebody know, then it will be a notified register mark. If there are a number of red absent marks on the register, then that's when us as tutors will probably give you a call, potentially call home as well, and just make sure you're okay, because we don't know why you haven't been into college. If you are poorly and you've slept in all morning and suddenly you realise it's 2 o'clock and your lesson was at 9 o'clock, still call in and let us know. It's okay that it's later, as long as you let us know that day, and that's absolutely fine.
So, as we've already stressed, these are the tutors. Myself, David, on the far corner there. So I'm the tutor for Access Level 2 and A-level students. We have obviously Vicky, who's just spoken, who does similar, but she also is a tutor for Health and Social, and Kat, who has a lot of A-level and Level 2 students also. In addition to that, we have another tutor called Sarah, who you may well come across. She works in the other building and is mainly responsible for sport, Level 2 art and public services. But perhaps most importantly, we have these two lovely, I nearly said mutts, but they're lovely dogs. We have a new therapy dog actually. We have Arlo. You can't probably see him, but he's actually just sat here on the floor. Oh, he just barked.
That's good timing.
Brilliant timing, thank you, Arlo. In fact, Vicky is going to hold him up. So, sorry, did I say Vicky? Kat is going to hold him up. He's a real cutie, and actually, he's a new addition to the team. And since his arrival early this year, he's made a massive difference to so many students who just come in to say hello. You know, give them a cuddle when they're feeling a little bit down. So it's been a really great addition to our little team. But we also have Romeo, who's Arlo's little friend here. Romeo is in the other building and is generally looked after by Sarah. So come and say hi to these two lovely dogs as well, anytime you want.
Tutor support. So, as we mentioned, we're your tutors. We basically are here for you for anything, okay? So if you need any help, any support, if you're unsure about something, you don't know where something is, then you need to just come to us, ask us the question, and we'll be able to help you out. We'll help you, settle into your college life, help with any practical questions you may have, and also just help you manage your academic work. If you're feeling overwhelmed with something, if you're concerned about something that may be happening at home, whatever it may be, we're here for you. When it comes to the time that you need to start thinking about university, a gap year, apprenticeship, or going into full-time work, we can help you, signpost you to the right direction. We can help you get in contact with our lovely careers advisor, who knows a lot more about it than us, okay? So we're your kind of first port of call if you have any questions. We also will, this will be explained further, but we'll see you termly. So if you don't come to us for those questions, if you don't seek the help, then we still want to see your face. We still want to have a chat, and we'll ask you to come and have a chat with us once a term. It's just a general how you're doing, hope you're okay. So we get to know you and you get to know us. You will also, again, this will be explained later, you will have group tutorials in the first 6 weeks. So make sure they'll be timetabled on your sessions, on your timetables. So make sure you attend those sessions. You come, you get to know us, we get to know you. So everybody's happy and dandy. This is compulsory. You must attend your group tutorials. Okay, so what happens in tutorials is the first 6 weeks we have what we call our fly and start tutorials. So that's just a quick, hi, how are you doing? Do you need any help? Have you got information about travel? Do you have information about finance? Do you need to talk about free college meals? So just a quick chat just to make sure you've got everything you need for starting. As Kat said, we then have group tutorials for 6 weeks. So each week we will meet and we will discuss a different topic, or we'll talk about
some different events that are happening. So it's really important that you attend those so you know what is going on. And then one-to-ones, that's every term. We see each student at least once a term, and just for a quick chat, how are you doing? Do you need help? How's your studying going? What are you thinking of doing next year? And just have those really helpful conversations. They are compulsory, so if we text you with a time and you say yes, please do arrive at that time, because we do have lots of students that we would like to fit in and see. If you don't come to us, then generally we will find you. We will find you at some point. So please do just pop in, your head round the door, and we can have that chat. We do also look at attendance and performance reviews. We'll talk about performance reviews slightly later. But if there is any patterns of non-attendance or your attendance has taken a bit of a dive, then we do care. We do want to know why, and we do want to try and help you. So we will be calling you, potentially calling home, depending on kind of how serious the situation is, so that we can put that support in place and get you guys back on track. I think that's it on that one. David.
So yeah, this is how to contact us. Kat's already mentioned we are located on the first floor, so you can obviously come and find us face to face. Our email address is on this slide. You can see also next to that we've got our numbers. When we call you, just a quick one on that, we often will call you or text you. You'll notice a number comes through and it'll be a different number sometimes. It's an automated sort of system. So don't worry about the number, but we will text you using our sort of laptops. We've also got Sarah's number there as well. As I just said, again, just to reiterate, drop in any time. We are literally, that's what we're there for. The college, we are really big on support of this college, so we really try and emphasise that sort of personal contact with students. So don't ever be afraid to come and say hello, come and, if you've got any problems, anything at all, always pop in. Sarah, as I mentioned just a minute ago, she is in the other building and she's located in the wellbeing office. When you come to college, you'll get to know your way around, and we can show you where the wellbeing office is then.
Okay, so we've talked a bit about this already. So supporting college, you've got us, okay? We're your first port of call that we can then signpost you to the more specific support, I would say. So we've got the wellbeing team, okay? The wellbeing team is if we maybe don't feel that we have the right amount of knowledge to help you, they can help you further. So if you need help with housing, with sex relationships, etc., mental health, well-being, we can help signpost you to them, who will then be able to help you further and maybe have contacts outside in the real world as such. We've also got a counselling service, so if you don't want to talk to one of us and you want to go to a more professional sort of counsellor, then we can get you in contact with them, and they will be able to set up regular meetings to talk to you and make sure that you're all okay. We have a sexual health nurse that comes in once a week, alongside also the careers advisor. The careers advisor, Carol, she's very knowledgeable and very good in helping you basically in wherever you want to go, whatever walk of life you want to take after college. She'll be able to help signpost you in the right direction and give you the right information that you require. We've got a lovely supportive ALS department, additional learning support. They are located in the other building. They can help you with revision support, assignment needs, if you need to sort out your folders, if you're all a bit cluttered in that sense, they can help with that. They can help with exam arrangements. If last year at school you may have had extra time or you're in a separate room, then ALS can help, okay? Again, if you don't feel you can go straight to them, come to us and we can help you go to them, all right? But yeah, one-to-one support if you need extra support in classrooms, etc., they're there for you. So we have a very supportive network within the college, Andover College.
Okay, so other student services that you might need, especially if you are travelling in from slightly further afield, or if you would like some information about finance, all those can be found in the other building. Main reception is your first port of call. But again, if you have any worries about travel, if you're worried about finances at home, do come and chat to us, because there are different funds that we have in the college. There's free college meals. So there is lots of support available if financially you guys are struggling at home. We also have a reprographics department, so if you need kind of pens, paper, pencil, art pads, lots of different things from reprographics. They are generally a bit cheaper than going to the shops, so they are a good place to visit. They are based in the other building. And we also have lots of study centres, so we have 3 study centres. We have 2 in the sixth form building, 1 on the ground floor, 1 on the first floor, and then we have the Andover Study Centre over in the other building. They are all open from 8:30 till 4:30. There are computers, there's desks, obviously there's all your study materials, all your books and your journals that you can research. So really make use of those because they are good to use in your free periods to help get your work done.
Okay, this is the question being, why do I have to take English and maths if I don't have an A or C grade or a 4 grade using a number system? It is a government condition that if you haven't got maths and English, you have to take it at college, and that's for under 19-year-olds. And in fact, you can only be funded for your course at college if you have GCSEs A to C in 4 A to C or 4 in English and maths, or you're working towards it. It's absolutely imperative you attend, if you are down to take maths and English. It really, really is important. We monitor that attendance very, very closely. And I think both Kat and Vicky would agree with me that maths and English is absolutely imperatively important for your long-term future, whatever you decide to do. So whilst it's very frustrating, you may have to retake it, it's really important you give it your absolute all, and that means attending obviously all lessons. You may need to pass or get a C in order to progress to the next level or gain an apprenticeship. So again, just stressing why it is so important. We will be monitoring that. Again, if you've got any concerns about that, any problems when you first start, please again come and find us, and we will help support you.
What are the rules? I mean, this side, I don't believe we should have to obviously tell you. You've all been at school, some of you may even have jobs, you know what's expected and you know what's not expected, okay? Don't stand on tables, don't throw chairs, like it's all very simple stuff. So you want to be responsible for your behaviour, good punctuality, attendance, and meet your deadlines, okay? You're at college now, this is the real world, this is the expectations of you are higher, okay? We want you to be engaging, we want you to be like respectful, and in return all the lecturers will be respectful to you also. I know a lot of students that come here just love how they're just treated like adults. We treat you like you should treat us, okay? That's basically it. If that doesn't happen, then things will escalate as such, and we will monitor that and make sure that it doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, if you're respectable and welcome to us, we'll be respectable and welcome back.
Okay, so we have a few different ways of communicating with you. Obviously you can drop in and speak to us face to face, that is perfect. We also can text, like David said earlier, we can text from our laptops. The number does change every time, so we always put our name on the end. You can reply to that text and it comes straight back to us, even if it is a different number. So we do use texting a lot, so if you do receive a text from us and we're asking a question, or we're saying, can you drop in for a one-to-one at this time, please do just reply and say yes or no if it's not convenient, and we can change that to a different time. We also use Wamaju, which is an internal messaging system. We'll talk about more of that in the group tutorials and show you how to download it. Basically it's a mix of Facebook and WhatsApp, so there's news feeds where you can have information about what's going on in college, and you can also message each other to arrange group tutorials and one-to-ones and things like that. We also have Teams, which is similar to Wamaju, but it makes it easier to message each other, and it's quite handy having it on your phone, so it's quite an easy app to use. We also have Moodle, the website, the college website, and your college email. Moodle is very important because that's where a lot of your resources will be for your subjects. So each subject has a classroom, and in that classroom is lots of resources. So that's handy to use. And also your lecturers will use your college email a lot, so make sure you're checking that as well. The website is also helpful for kind of updates and course choices and that sort of thing. We also like to keep your parents, carers, whoever you live with at home, up to date. So they also have what we call the parent portal, where they can log in and have a look at your attendance and your reports and that sort of stuff. So there's lots of different ways we use to get in touch, so please make sure you're using those as well.
Okay, upon arrival you will be going through an IT induction. You know, it generally runs fairly smoothly, he says, touching wood. But as Vicky mentioned, we have something called Moodle. It's our online learning space. There's lots and lots of resources there. I think whenever you start as a new job or a new sort of educational establishment, it's just a case of getting used to the IT system. But it really is fairly straightforward, and it won't take you long to sort of get into it. So there isn't a huge amount to say on this. We will be running through some of the things in the inductions, the tutorials that were mentioned earlier. We do something called SMART, it's an IT induction on Moodle, and it's really about you using IT in a safe way and acting obviously responsibly. You'll also use your ID cards to actually do printing as well. So again, that will be explained to you, and you can get credit for that via Reaper Graphics. The IT team here, I have to say, are a really friendly bunch, and they are very, very helpful. They are located in the other building, but actually, as a first port of call, if you can't log in, then just chat to one of us, and we can usually assist. If it's more complicated, obviously we would get IT involved.
Student portal, so as these guys were saying, we've got Moodle. You can access this from your computer at any time. So you just need to go onto the Sparshot Andover College website, and there'll be a link to the student portal. So this will come up like this, and you'll have lots of different icons. The green one here is your student portal. This is how you will access your timetable, okay? It also has lots of other little tabs. So YMAD is here, important one. I think behind here is your email, okay? So if you get this page up, moodle.sparsholt.ac, it will come up with this page that you will be able to access everything in which you need to access for college.
So this is just a close-up of your portal, which Kat was just talking about. Obviously this one is empty because this is just an example, but in here it will show you where your timetable is, your attendance, any authorised absences. So if you have an appointment booked, you let us know, we let admissions know, and it goes down as an authorised absence. Lots of different information there, so it is quite handy to just go in there and have a look and kind of check back in there kind of weekly just to make sure everything's on track.
Yeah, and this is the main student page on the Moodle, and in here we've got these top boxes which tells you a variety of information. So, for example, what's new, information about drugs and alcohol. Basically it's an information sort of page, what we do. There's also this student handbook and policies. I think just to stress also the difference really, I guess, between when you're at school and when you're here is we have an expectation that maybe you take more sort of responsibility for managing yourself, managing your time, and actually finding this sort of information out. So we do less probably drip feeding than what you used to at school. So there's that transition into actually finding information out for yourself. But there is loads of information on this particular site, as you can see, various headings, latest news. So when you first start, have a good look around and just get a feel for it, and within a few weeks you'll be absolutely flying on that.
Okay, so college progress reviews. Throughout the year, you'll have 3 progress reviews in which we will give you, basically it's a report home, okay? So a report home to your parents or guardians about your progress. So they'll be able to see how you're doing, what the lecturers think about you, and the predicted grades. So most of them it'll just be a letter home, email home, or on the parent portal. But on a couple of occasions, I think it's two times a week. Two times a year. We'll be inviting parents in for sort of a parents' evening in which they can come in, they can chat to your lecturers, and just basically see how you're doing. You'll have the opportunity to meet with your lecturers on a one-to-one basis during this time to kind of get your point across, you can ask them questions, they can talk to you. It's very much a two-way street in communication, just to see how you're getting on, so everybody is in a loop. Attendance at your scheduled progress review meetings is compulsory. You must attend if you are required to.
Okay, so Kat mentioned earlier that obviously the expectation is that you attend your lessons and that you behave and are respectful so that everyone can get through the day. If that doesn't happen, then we do have what we call our conduct and performance system. So this goes up in levels depending on what's going on, and it always starts with your level 1, your alert. So that will be either the teacher just saying, you know, you've not handed your homework in for the last week, what's happening, or you've been late quite a lot, is there something happening? So the level 1 is just us trying to find out if there's something going on, have a conversation with you, and hopefully that'll be enough to sort out whatever the problem is. If your problem with your bus is, or your problem, you can't afford a bus pass, so you're having to walk in, that sort of stuff. So we can help try to stop anything happening and escalating further. If the teacher's had a word with you and your tutor's had a word with you, and for whatever reason the issue hasn't gone away and it's continuing, then we raise that to a level 2. So that means that we would contact parents at home, and we would invite you and potential parents in to have a meeting with our senior curriculum leader. That will be Emily Legg, or one of the curriculum leaders, depending what area or subject there's a particular problem. Again, we'll just be talking to you to try and find out what's happening, why is this issue happening, how can we help to make it better. We will set targets, and then we will set a time limit on those targets to be met. If those targets have been met and the problem seems to have been solved and everything goes well, that's brilliant. We shut down the level 2, and that's it, we don't need to talk about it anymore. If unfortunately the problem still continues, then that does become a level 3. There is nothing after the level 3, so this is kind of our last opportunity to have a meeting with you and our parents, with the vice principal, to really find out what's going on and let you know this is your last chance and something's got to change. Again, hopefully we set targets, the problem has managed to be solved, that gets shut down after 4 weeks, and everything at college continues. If after level 3 we still have the issue and things aren't improving, then there is a serious conversation as to whether college is the right place for you at the moment. And if it's not, that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't come back another time. It just maybe means this year isn't your year. So hopefully we don't need to use those, but they are in place in case we do.
So hopefully we've covered everything. If you've got any questions after watching this, then please come and speak to us. But just to sort of finally finish off by saying, we really are looking forward to meeting you in person. We really are very enthusiastic about the next year. I really am sure you're really going to enjoy being at this college. We all love working here. He says, no, we really do. And yeah, so can't wait to meet you all, and take care.
Thank you very much.